everyone, this is Kelly from The Truth in Story, and today has been one of those days where, I don't know, I know everybody has these days where I feel like I've been doing nothing but doing all day long, but I haven't actually, but I also don't feel like I've accomplished a whole lot, although I have. I'm just doubling up on some things. I literally did most of a large ad that is due. Really, it's due today, but I'm okay to turn it in the morning for my regular work, and was far into it and realized that I was doing the wrong list. It was basically recreating an ad from the past. It wasn't the new list of products. So I basically have to do the whole thing over again. So needless to say, this won't be a very long video, but that's okay. Okay. All right, I'm back. I didn't have the list. So yes, it's just been one of those days. I have accomplished a lot of things that I have been needing to get accomplished. I've been needing to crunch some ideas for Lenormand lessons and the class and things like that. So people did ask me about that yesterday. So I do have on my Etsy shop single lessons, either half-hour Skype or hour Skypes, and also a set, so a month set of one-on-one mentoring, either with tarot, Lenormand. Generally, people who are asking me for these are asking me for this for Lenormand, but I did put up tarot, as well as even working with Oracle decks in general and things like that. So I put those up. I've been meaning to do that, and I just hashed things out. I have a wonderful client slash friend person that has developed into quite a exchanging of things that I have been doing lessons with her. But then we also, so like we'll do the lesson, but then we go off and we start chit-chatting. And so she helped me really kind of sit down and crunch numbers. She's good at that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, so I did get that accomplished. I got something else big. Oh, I finally got accomplished. That was a big thing I got accomplished today, is that I had to figure out some way to organize my clients better so that I have everything organized very, very well. But in terms of being able to, because a lot of times now I work with somebody over a period of time, which is amazing experience. I love to do that because you kind of build up a relationship with somebody and you really get in and work on different areas, and so, but I need to be able to kind of keep better notes and be able to access those so that I'm able to look back on them quickly and kind of tie everything together better. So that's been a long struggle to figure out which way to do it. I'm just not a handwritten person, so I'm looking for something digital, but it needs to be very secure, and it needs to work across, well, it needs to work on the Mac. So it was just, I just couldn't get anywhere until I finally realized I needed to look more along the lines of like therapy type software, that would have sessions and things like that, which got me down another path. And anyways, I ended up finally sorting it out and putting in sort of my current docket into it so I could see how it would work. And yes, it's just been one of those days, but I have gotten some major steps forward about my because January is the last day of January, and so the pricing and getting my listings, I went through all my listings and made sure everything was set, and I had to like clean up some listings, and that was on one of my major January things, figuring out how I was going to do better in this coming year. Again, I'm very, very organized with my clients, but I needed a better note-taking kind of a scenario. So that was a big thing on my January list, and so cutting it to the wire, but I got that sorted. I got my other January thing was the website, but that is pretty much done. Everything is transferred, but I need to now go back and do some tweaking. So that's going to go into February a little bit. That's okay. It happens. There was one other big thing for January. I think it was the Lenormand class. The class I'm going to wait until April. I've got everything hashed out, what I want to do. I ended up deciding just to do my separate like one-on-one things on Etsy and save the class for probably in April. But as I get more information on that, I will let you know. If you want to have information given to you about the class, feel free to email me at thetruthandstory@gmail.com, and I will add you to an email list. I will not spam you. You'll probably only get 2 emails. One of them, you know, when I finally get everything hammered out so you know what the class is all about and the pricing and all that. And then when I set the date and the pre-registration were to start, I would email you about that. So if you want on that mailing list, just email me and I'll put you on there. So yeah, that was the other January thing. So I at least got stuff accomplished last night with that in terms of knowing exactly what I was going to encompass, you know, and that kind of hammering those kinds of things out. So it's a work in progress, shifting gears into those types of, you know, kinds of, I really enjoy them. I have done some mentoring or lessons with a few different people, but generally in more like sporadic ways, and I've really enjoyed them. So yes, I am babbling because all I can think in my brain, like I'm trying to talk, and in the back of my brain I'm thinking, oh my gosh, you have to redo that ad, you have to redo that ad. Because it's terrible. I did go through this morning. That's what I'm saying. I got a lot done, but I just feel like I've been running on a treadmill and haven't really gotten any place. But I actually have. So that's why I need to say to myself, okay, you've actually accomplished this, 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 and this. You've accomplished a lot. Sundays are just, Sundays for me are like most people's Mondays, I think. It's just very, very hectic. I did go through and kind of make a list of all of the walkthroughs that I still have to do, and actually put sticky. I don't think you can see them from here. I actually put sticky tags on things that I had to do. Emptied out a box underneath that cubicle where I have kind of a holding space for those types of things that I need to get to. I went through my deck collection this morning and was trying to be very, get rid of this, get rid of that, and have a little bit of a stack here of things that I'm going to be getting rid of. These are of my things that I've actually purchased. I obviously have some other ones to pass on once I finish walkthroughs, but these are like from my own things that I have purchased. I was happy with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I said 6, right? I was happy with 6, because some of them were hard, and I was like, nope. No, you just have to do it. You just have to. If you're not using them, get rid of them. Look at this I found, though. Oh, my goodness. Look at this old iPod. I don't even know. This is the very first iPod I had. I don't know how old this is. Truthfully, it's very old, and I keep moving it with me like a paperweight just because I loved it. I was so excited when I got this. 30 gigs, it could hold so much, and I was just thrilled with this, and so I just keep it as, I guess, a paperweight. So I probably should throw that away too, but I thought it was pretty funny when I stumbled on it. It was in the box that I was like making room for having a holding space for decks that were waiting for walkthroughs and things. So yes, I just thought I didn't have it pushed, and look, it's already 20 minutes, and I said I had to go. And I just really probably babbled about nothing. But this is our last, like, babbly video. So, I guess it's okay to babble a little bit more randomly than normal because it's the last one. It's kind of sad, isn't it? So let's do the question. The last question for the 31 Days of Tarot is to pull some cards for February 2016 for yourself and share. So it's a 3-card. Okay, so let me shift some things here. Okay, So, I'm not going to go find a deck. So for right now, we're going to use my gorgeous Bohemian Gothic Tarot because it's right here. And yes, I'm doing it upside down a couple because it's quite bowed because I had been shuffling it a lot. And I kind of want to shift it the other way, and then I'll flip it. So, it's hard when it's bowed forward like that to get your fingers around it. Okay, so we're going to be looking for February for, I guess this is for me, through 2016, February for myself, and share it. The energy in February, a challenge in February, and an opportunity in February. Okay. Let's see if my Mr. Creepy Demon friend is going to show up, because he shows up a lot for me because we have become fast friends. Okay, now I'll flip it over, but I just wanted to at least get a couple that way. All right. Okay, so we are looking for the energy in February. You know what? Let's zoom in here. The energy for, I like that energy for February. A challenge for February. Oh, it's going to be challenging to be happy, I suppose. And the opportunity in February, which is the 10 of Cups, which that's a good thing, I suppose. Okay, so here we have the energy of this month for me is going to be the Knight of Wands. I love this because for me the Knight of Wands is about movement. All the Knights are about movement, and I need some movement. Like I said, I've done a lot of reflecting, a lot of the kind of internal brain work, and like I'm ready to start like doing some things, and which I do have done even today and yesterday. But I am ready for the active kind of creative energy to come forward, and that's what I feel like that was going to happen with the Knight of Wands. And this is interesting because this is going to be a challenge for me. Obviously the Sun is about completion, it is also about happiness and these kinds of things, but I think about it as sort of a completion. You've kind of come through a cycle. I know it's not a full cycle, but we do have the sense of a person. I know we have a child here, but think, man here on here that has kind of pulled his power in together, kind of mastered his power, and he's going to start riding forward confidently, but that's going to be a challenge. So that's interesting because you can approach that in two ways. You can approach that as I'm going to not feel as if I've mastered enough and feel I'm going to have some challenges in that area and confidence and such. But I kind of see it more along the lines of, because February is actually a full circle for me. It's moving 1 year of my business. I have sort of come full circle. I do feel very confident in where I started and where I've come from. And so I'm wondering if it's that sense of, okay, but now I've got to ride forward and, like do other things and, go into this new year. I feel like this last year was so fantastic for me. Such a lot of growth, such a lot of movement forward, such a lot of even healing, but just in terms of my business, which is high on my mind, obviously, because that's what I've been working diligently towards, and that's coming to a wrap up of my first year. So I wonder if there's that kind of sense I might have a challenge with saying, okay, now what? Although do I feel like I have a lot of now what's in mind and in progress and working towards. This also is the idea of, just happiness and joy and harmony. And so I do think that I need to work a little bit harder at, like I've been trying to carve out like 1 day a week in which I do absolutely nothing on either one of my jobs. So I actually have a day off. And I know that I have, even friends, some, you know, local friends and even my family and things that I've kind of detached from, not detached from, but kind of disconnected a little bit because I've been so focused trying to juggle everything, and you know, I need to make some more focus on that sort of thing. So I think I can see this in a variety of ways, that some traditionally to the card and some just in general. I can see where these are some challenges in a variety of different ways that I need to pay attention to in the coming month. And opportunities for the month of February, or in February, are going to be the 10 of Cups. And this is about balance. So while I'm feeling a little bit unbalanced in a sense right now, I'm going to actually have the opportunity for balance. Because this is about harmony with people in our lives, which is what I was just talking about, not having felt a little bit. I mean, it is there, and it's not like, you know, I've completely disconnected, but you know how it is when, you know, you have a very busy year, you're really working to grow a business. It takes a lot of time and energy. Some of it also is because a lot of time, you know, my family is, it's not something we can discuss. And so when something is such a big part of your life, but you really can't talk about it, it just kind of hard. It's hard. It makes a little bit of a little bit of a wall there, but I need to work at it, and obviously the opportunity for that to be dealt with better is in the air in February, so that's a good thing. You know, that can also be about, you know, just your relationships in general. So I can see that's lovely to have, especially since this was the challenge. It's like it's nice to see that as being the opportunity, because some of the things that I felt were challenge, I feel like the opportunity to pull everything back into balance and move forward confidently and in my power, as the Sun card kind of represents when it's not in shadow. You know, that's a good thing. And I really do like the energy being the Knight of Wands and that activeness, the active creative aspect. But I'm just going to obviously need to be careful that I do everything in balance, because that's very active energy. And if I just keep going and don't kind of take a breath now and then and kind of get things in balance, that's only going to give me more work trying to get in balance in March. So that's what I'm seeing in these cards for me. I'm sorry, my phone is way over there and it keeps going off. My parents' 50th wedding anniversary is Saturday, and so my siblings, and I have 7, well, there's 7 of us, so I have 6 siblings. Anyways, it's my parents' 50th anniversary Saturday, and my siblings all decided it was a good idea to start a group text messaging. I do not like those whatsoever, because you get everybody's messages, so it's like they go in a spiel, and all of a sudden your phone just going, wah, 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 wah. It's always in bad timing, and it's terrible. I really dislike them. Half the time I see, oh, this is all these messages, but then I can't actually read them. I'm not fond of the group text message function. I'd rather actually do like a Facebook chat or something in a group, more so than that. But not everybody in my family are on Facebook, so that doesn't work. Anyways, that's why it's going off a bunch. Speaking of Saturday, I am still going to be doing my live video next Saturday. We had a blast, even though it was very long. We did have a blast, and so I am going to be doing that next Saturday as well. I'm trying to make it, you know, again, there may be times in which that's not feasible, but I'm attempting to kind of keep that as a static thing, and so that will still be Saturday at 4 o'clock. I probably will not be able to stay for 2 complete hours because I will need to run, but it's right around the corner, so it's not like it'll be a problem. So I decided to leave it at 4. So 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, and I don't have my phone, so I can't tell you what that date is, but I'll mention it again before Saturday comes around. So I will be doing that. I am looking into, I am thinking, you know, Patrick and I even were talking today a little bit about, you know, kind of how to go forward, because, you know, we've kind of had a little bit of structure with the cards of the day and the question to be asked and this kind of thing. And so I was trying to think, okay, moving forward, how do I want to address these live reading, or these live things. So I think that what I probably, my thinking is, and we'll just see how it plays out, is I'll probably have some kind of a topic at the beginning of it to focus on, something to you know, kind of put out there, so a basic topic that I'll kind of spend a little bit of time discussing, because I do have a bunch of lists of things, interesting topics to talk about. So, and then, you know, being able to get obviously people's feedback. You know, we'll try to keep it on topic for a little while, and then we can just go off and start chit-chatting like we like to do. But that way it's maybe a little less chaotic for people coming in, and I'm talking about one thing, everybody's talking about something else because I'm not paying attention to the chat, and everybody's like, what are we talking about? So I'm like, okay, well, maybe if we have a theme at the beginning, we can discuss, you know, reversals or chakras, or, you know, whatever we feel like discussing. I'll have a topic in mind, and you know, spend a, you know, good half hour or so on that, and then we will break off and do other kinds of things of fun chit-chatting, because that really seems to be the great pull of it, is the chit-chatty, you know, being able to, everybody being able to talk. My intention is to keep the live chat, the live videos, sometimes do some readings, like I might do some quick fire readings, you know, just to do different things at the beginning, and then allow for some just fun, just chit-chatting, because that's been a great deal of fun, and I don't want to lose that. So that's the plan. So Saturday, same time, same place. I think I have said everything that needs to be said. I think I have. I'm going to go ahead and pull some Kipper cards for us for our last card of the day. Now, I'm still going to do cards of the day, so don't despair. I actually enjoy them, and I know other people do enjoy them and don't want to lose those. So I will be doing a card of the day. If you are following me on Instagram, if you're following me on Facebook, they always, whenever I do cards the day before all this, which I have not been doing on those platforms because doing these every day has been enough of a daily thing. But normally those are both the same card pull that I'll do will go up on both of those. And I might do it like a little bit in video format, but something that I don't have to like video, import, export, edit, you know, export it out, upload it. So it'd be something more direct. I think actually YouTube even has where you can just directly film it, and it's there, and you can put it up and make it live, and that kind, not make it live, but make it, you know, go out. As well as Instagram has little 30-second, or I don't even know if it's 30 seconds, 10 seconds maybe. They're very short, little video clips, where I might write something underneath, but also have a little bit of a blurb. So if you are not follow either you can, no, you don't have to, but follow either my Instagram or my Twitter. Those links are in the description box below under where you can find me. Either one of those, you know, again, if I do one from wherever I do it at, it's always in both of them. So either one will get you access to those. So, okay, what I'm going to do, let me go ahead and put it down here again. I should have just done this while it was down. We're going to switch to Miss Isabel's Lenormand, and by the lovely Quilpin. This is always on my reading table as my Lenormand deck. These are quite well shuffled because I had done a reading with them. I don't know about you guys, but I always shuffle my cards after the readings. Just to sort of clear them up, I guess. I don't know. I don't usually just leave them in their state of the reading, unless sometimes with Lenormands, because I'll, you know, send a video out to a client and then, you know, want to have them have the opportunity to ask questions. I'll leave them in order so that I can put them back into the grand tableau that they were in to kind of readdress issues. But other than that, I usually shuffle my cards after a reading. Okay, so what I'm doing is shuffling for the garden just to get a little message for all of us as a community, because I really have so enjoyed the last 2 months of daily things and the live things having really pulled out the community aspect of, boy, am I shuffling horribly. You know, it's really just, I feel like, cemented this really great community feel that I feel very supported by. I feel just very lucky to be part of this community. So let's just pull some cards based off of that wonderful feeling. So then what I do is I like to go ahead, and there's Miss Isabel. Look at how cute she is. I go ahead and pull, and I got some of these whopper jawed, but we'll go find the garden. And I am very good at bypassing things and having to go back through. And I don't know why, especially with Lenormand, there's the garden, and we don't have two, but we do have, so I do one on either side just as a quick little 2-card. You know, you have to have at least 2 Lenormands to have a little message here. And so here we have the garden, because that's what I, went for. And so for me, one of the joys of Lenormand is the idea of proximity. And so when you do it like that, where you're going to shuffle and then find the card that you're kind of focusing on, that kind of it ties the, represents the question or the theme, and then you can either pull one card before and after it. Sometimes I do 2 cards before and after it. That kind of lets you have the proximity to the theme, and I just love that. So I do this quite a lot for clarification. I do the 5 cards a lot just to get general information, but I do really like the shuffling for and finding. It's one of my favorite things. So we have the beautiful key. So the key to the successful community is harmony. So we have the lily card here, which is wonderful, and we have that showing up. And so that to me, you don't even really have to say anything about that, because it's the truth. Like the key, because what I was talking about is how, I really do feel like we're built this wonderful, and it doesn't mean that there isn't sometimes problems, that everybody doesn't always agree with each other, but, in my experience over the last year of kind of building up this community and growing with people, other people who started around the same time as I did, and just kind of becoming part of the pre-existing was already here. I really have experienced a lot of harmony and a lot of open arms and a lot of support, and that is a key to a successful community, is keeping that balance, keeping that idea of harmony. And again, it doesn't mean we have to agree. We have people that have very different belief systems, and practices, and they practice things in a different way, and yet we're all kind of coming together and being able to learn from each other, find the things that we do connect with, or that we meet in the crossroads with, as well as just being exposed to other things. Even if you're not going to run off and practice it exactly the same way, it's good to be your mind to be broadened. And so I just love that we have the key to our successful community is harmony. So there we have it, our last little of our 2 months of daily drawings, kind of summing up how wonderful this community is. So thank you so much for going along on this 2-month ride with me. I seriously am shocked that I actually got through 2 months of a video every single day. Like, that's pretty impressive. I know that sounds egotistical, but that is. I mean, even getting through a month of a challenge can be challenging for me. So 2 months is quite happy. I'm quite happy that I accomplished it, and mostly I'm happy because I really do. I mean, I felt like I really connected even before that, but I just feel like after these, just putting up with me and not grumbling about me being in your inbox every single day, and the comments and the chit chat and everything has only, I feel like the whole experience has just made us all even closer, which I absolutely love. And so don't worry, you will be seeing me quite often. You know, even some of you have come in the midst of my daily vlogs. So maybe you weren't here before, but I actually do put out a lot of videos anyways. I have many walkthroughs to do. I have many tutorials lined up that need to be, get back to doing. So there will be plenty of videos every week to keep you quite happy and I still want to work in a chit-chatty one as well, at least one. So I have to think about how I'm going to move forward because I do like the vlogging, chit-chat, relax, kind of having a topic, but then being able to just ramble. So I'm going to work that in some way. We'll see how it all pans out in the coming week or two, but never fear, you shall see probably more of me than you think. So have an absolutely wonderful day. And again, thank you for sticking with me this long, and thank you to Ethany for doing this great challenge in January, and letting us think about tarot in so many different aspects and different ways, and seeing so many different viewpoints. So thank you to you, Ethany, for that. That's really fun, and I appreciate the work that went into coming up with all those questions. So never you fear, I will be back. All right, so I will talk to you later.